Hello, and welcome back to the English Leap podcast. I am your host, and I am so excited to help you improve your English today. In this episode, we are going to talk about daily conversations you must know. These are the conversations that happen every single day. If you master these simple phrases, you will feel much more confident living or traveling in an English-speaking country. This is great English listening practice because I will speak slowly and clearly. Let us begin our journey to fluency together right now. The first conversation everyone must know is the greeting. Greetings are how we start every interaction. In a formal situation, like at work, you should say good morning or good afternoon. However, with friends, you can be casual. You can say hi, hello, or even what is up. Knowing the difference between formal and casual greetings is very important. It shows that you understand the culture and have good manners. After the greeting, people usually ask, "How are you?" This is a very common question. Many students always say, "I am fine, thank you." While this is correct, it can be a little boring. To sound more natural, you can say, "I am doing well, thanks," or "Pretty good, how about you?" If you are tired, you can be honest and say, "I have been better." This makes the conversation feel more real. Next, let us talk about small talk. Small talk is light conversation about unimportant things. It is very common in English culture. The most popular topic for small talk is the weather. You might hear someone say, "It is a beautiful day, isn't it?" Or, "I cannot believe it is raining again." You do not need a complex answer. You can simply agree and smile. This helps build a connection with the other person. Another common daily conversation happens at a coffee shop. Imagine you want to order a drink. You should walk to the counter and smile at the barista. You can say, "Hi, I would like a medium coffee, please." Using the phrase "I would like" is very polite. It is much better than saying "I want." After you order, the barista might ask for your name to write on the cup. After ordering, you need to pay. The cashier will tell you the total price. If you did not hear it clearly, do not panic. You can ask, "Could you please repeat that?" Native speakers are happy to repeat themselves. When you hand over your money or card, you can say, "Here you go." When you receive your coffee, always remember to say thank you or have a nice day. Now, imagine you are going shopping for clothes. You find a shirt you like, but you need a different size. You need to ask a store employee for help. You can say, "Excuse me, do you have this in a medium?" This is a very useful phrase. If you want to know the price, you can ask, "How much is this?" or "Is this on sale?" Sometimes you might be in a new city and get lost. Asking for directions is a daily conversation you must know. Stop someone politely by saying, "Excuse me, I am looking for the train station." They might tell you to go straight, turn left, or it is on your right. Listen carefully to these direction words. If you do not understand, simply ask them to show you on your map. Asking for clarification is a skill that saves you from confusion. In daily life, we often do not hear everything perfectly. It is okay to say, "I am sorry, I did not catch that," or "What do you mean?" This shows you are paying attention. It is much better to ask than to pretend you understand. Honest communication is the key to learning fast. Let us move to a conversation about making plans. You want to see your friend on the weekend. You can send a message or call them. You might ask, "Are you free this Saturday?" Or "Do you want to grab lunch?" If they say yes, you need to decide on a time and place. You can suggest, "Let's meet at the park at 2 p.m." If you receive an invitation but cannot go, you must decline politely. You should not just say no. That can sound rude. Instead, you should say, I would love to, but I am busy that day. Or maybe next time. This keeps the friendship strong, even if you cannot meet. Being polite is just as important as having good grammar when you speak English. Another important daily conversation happens at a restaurant. When you enter, you ask for a table. You say, "Table for two, please." When the waiter gives you a menu, take your time. When you are ready, say, "I am ready to order." If you have an allergy, you must tell them immediately. For example, I am allergic to nuts. This ensures your safety while eating out. Sometimes there is a problem with your food. Maybe it is cold or it is the wrong order. You need to complain, but you must do it nicely. You can say, "Excuse me, I think there is a mistake with my order." Getting angry does not help. If you are calm and polite, the waiter will be happy to fix the problem for you quickly. Now let us talk about work conversations. If you work in an office, you will speak to colleagues. A common phrase is, "Do you have a minute?" You use this when you need to ask a quick question. If you are in a meeting, you might want to share your opinion. You can start by saying, "I think that," or "in my opinion." Confident phrases help you professionally. Using the telephone is often scary for language learners because you cannot see the person's face. However, there are simple phrases to help you. When you answer the phone, say, "Hello, this is your name." If you want to speak to someone else, ask, "May I speak to John, please?" If they are not there, you can say, "Can I leave a message?" Continuing with our essential conversations, let us look at asking for help in an emergency. This is very important for your safety. If you are hurt or in danger, you must speak loudly. You can shout, "Help," or "Call the police." If you are sick, you might need to go to a pharmacy. You can tell the pharmacist, "I have a headache," or "Do you have medicine for a cold?" Transportation conversations are also part of daily life. If you take a bus or taxi, you need to tell the driver where to go. In a taxi, say, "Please take me to the airport." You can also ask, "How long will it take?" If you are on a bus, you might ask the driver, "Does this bus go to the city center?" Always check before you get on. Talking about your hobbies is a great way to make friends. When you meet new people, they often ask, "What do you do for fun?" You should have an answer ready. You can say, "I like playing soccer," or "I enjoy reading books." Then ask them the same question back. "How about you?" This keeps the conversation flowing back and forth, like a tennis ball. Expressing feelings is another layer of daily conversation. You need to tell people if you are happy, sad, or angry. You can say sentences like, "I am so excited about the news," or "I am feeling a little stressed today." Sharing your feelings helps people understand you better. It builds deeper relationships with your friends and your family members. Apologizing is something we all have to do sometimes. If you make a small mistake, like bumping into someone, just say sorry or "my bad." If it is a bigger mistake, you should be more formal. You can say, "I am very sorry for being late." A sincere apology usually fixes the problem. It is important not to make excuses. Just apologize and move forward. Agreeing and disagreeing are common parts of discussion. If you agree with a friend, you can say, "That is right," or "I totally agree." If you disagree, be careful not to sound aggressive. Instead of saying, "You are wrong," try saying, "I see your point, but I think differently." This is a respectful way to have a debate without fighting. Talking about time is essential for scheduling. You need to know how to ask, "What time is it?" and understand the answer. You also need to understand phrases like "3:30" or "4:45." We use time phrases when booking appointments. For example, "I have a doctor's appointment at 10:30." Being punctual depends on understanding these numbers clearly. Let us discuss giving compliments. Everyone loves to hear nice things. If you like someone's new shoes, tell them. You can say, "I love your shoes. Where did you get them?" Or, "You look great today." Compliments create a positive atmosphere. They are easy conversation starters. Just make sure your compliment is honest and sincere. People can tell when you are lying. Saying thank you is perhaps the most used phrase in English, but you can say more than just thanks. You can say, "I really appreciate it," or "You are very kind." These phrases sound much stronger. Use them when someone does a big favor for you. Being grateful makes people want to help you again in the future. Ending a conversation can sometimes be awkward. You do not want to just walk away. You need a transition phrase. You can say, "It was great talking to you, but I have to go now," or "I should get back to work." This signals that the conversation is finishing. It is polite and clear. Saying goodbye has many variations too. Goodbye is formal. Bye is standard. See you later is casual and friendly. Take care is a warm way to say goodbye to someone you care about. If it is night, simply say good night. Choose the right goodbye for the situation. It leaves a good final impression on the listener. Practicing these daily conversations is the only way to improve. You can practice in front of a mirror, look at yourself, and say the phrases out loud. This helps with pronunciation. You can also record your voice on your phone. Listen to it and compare it to native speakers. Do not be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn. You can also practice with a partner. Find a